revised lower. Mark Hamrick of Bankrate.com.
This job market has been cooling. That's been a theme that's been in place for quite some time. We're barely having enough jobs creation to keep the unemployment rate from going substantially higher.
Verizon said today it's cutting 13,000 jobs, about 20% of its management workforce. Also in play today, a strong earnings report from the chip maker NVIDIA and Walmart. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
The retail giant is often considered a bellwether for the average consumer. These results say the consumer is still spending, even if looking for deals.
There's a new round of deadly attacks in Ukraine carried out by Russia, and CBS's Ramy Inocencio reports some high-ranking Americans are in Ukraine.
As massive Russian aerial attacks continue, a U.S. defense official told CBS News that Army Secretary Driscoll intends to meet with Russian officials. A Russian official confirmed to CBS News that Russia is open to talks.
There is word of a new U.S. peace proposal that includes major points that Ukraine has previously rejected. Attention is shifted now to the Justice Department now that President Trump says he signed the measure passed by Congress designed to force the Justice Department to release the Epstein files. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
The Epstein documents are stealing the spotlight from what the president had hoped would be the focus this week, the $1 trillion Saudi Arabia says it plans to invest in the U.S. And while he's encouraging Republicans to move on from this affair, it's surely going to continue to dog the administration as those documents released and some information, at least, may be withheld.
Hurricane Melissa, it turns out, set a record last month, as we hear from CBS's Michael Wallace.
One of the weather instruments, a NOAA Hurricane Hunter airplane, dropped into the storm last month before it made landfall in the Caribbean, recorded a wind gust of 252 miles per hour. That broke the record of 248 miles per hour set by Typhoon Maggie over the western Pacific Ocean in 2010. Melissa made landfall in Jamaica as a major Category 5 hurricane and killed dozens of people, mostly in Jamaica and Haiti.
At Washington's National Cathedral, a bipartisan turnout at the funeral for former Vice President Dick Cheney, who died earlier this month at 84. President Trump, who's been publicly silent about Cheney's death, was not invited. And checking Wall Street, right now a rally has fizzled. The Dow is down 31 points. The S&P is down 10. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Reports that Mount Rainier is preparing to erupt are greatly exaggerated. We talk with the scientists coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. A power outage creating big trouble on all routes heading into Seattle. The north and southbound 99 tunnel through Seattle is closed. This is putting pressure on I-5, I-90, and the West Seattle Bridge. Sounder trains also affected. You are backed up on 99 southbound to Wallingford and on I-5 southbound to Northgate. You are solid across the I-90 and West Seattle bridges. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A second suspect has been arrested in the deadly drive-by shooting of two teenaged brothers in Lacey last week in what investigators believe was a case of mistaken identity. The man was taken into custody just hours after the first suspect appeared in court. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman was there.
The pain in Christina Borgen's voice echoed inside Thurston County Court.
My kids are very good boys. They did not deserve to be walking home and get blasted by some evil freaking person.
Her two sons, Alex and Devin, were shot and killed in a drive-by shooting last Friday, early Wednesday morning. Police were able to track down 20-year-old Traquan Wilson Mason at a hotel in Wenatchee. The man police say shot and killed the two teens.
The city of Seattle is trying to curb prostitution on Aurora Avenue North by mailing letters to Johns. Officer Natalie Walton-Anderson explaining to KIRO 7 TV.
The letter sent home to an employer or a family saying that you were soliciting sex would deter close to 80% of those people.
So far this year, detectives say they've arrested 50 people for sexual exploitation. Governor Bob Ferguson has declared an emergency to ensure enough jet fuel gets to SeaTac Airport after a leak shut down the Olympic pipeline north of Everett this week. BP says it is working with state and federal agencies to contain, clean, and repair it. The emergency declaration lifts a limit on trucker hours so they can haul more fuel. A coyote has been trapped and killed in Seattle after a series of potentially dangerous close encounters with humans. More from KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu.
3 incidents prompted the use of lethal force on that coyote.
They're not safe to interact with in any way, shape, or form.
The coyote was spotted running away with a woman's jacket at the Arboretum. Rachel Shulkin with Seattle Parks and Recreation says there was also a report of a coyote stealing food that was sitting right next to a human and even attacking a dog that was on a leash. There was concern this behavior would escalate.
Mount Rainier is not preparing to erupt, but a faulty sensor from a remote station on the volcano led to some panic this week, and an article in the Daily Mail called it unprecedented.
This whole thing is a big misunderstanding.
Harold Tobin at the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network tells KIRO 7 TV.
Stations go out all the time. That's why we operate hundreds of them.
Other sensors confirm the volcano is not preparing to blow. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the low 50s. It's 47 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Oh, it is the Gee and Ursula Show. I can't hear my headphones. Can you hear me, Ursula?
I can.
Okay, just making sure because I couldn't hear. Okay, here we go. Happy Thursday, November 20th. Wait a minute. Hold up. 11 years ago today.
I know.
It's my 11-year work anniversary.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Yeah. 11 years, Ursula. Your boy is here. Thank you.
I remember day one.
Yes, you do. Yes,
sure
you do. You were here day one.
Yes, I was.
What's happening?
Well, have you stopped talking to a family member or friend because of how they voted?
Oh, absolutely.
Or maybe you've been shut out because of your politics. Obviously, you're not alone.
And by the way, it wasn't over a policy. It wasn't over like some tax increase or something like that. It was talking about straight human decency. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, coming up at 9:30, we're going to talk about a statistic that came out in a recent forum.
Okay.
Having to do with how many people have shut out a family member or a loved one because of politics here in Washington. And then I want to kind of maybe play some scenarios as to how you could navigate that potentially. So it's going to be interesting coming up at 9:30, so you won't want to miss that.
Okay.
As always, we invite you to join us on our text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
Let's go. Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Batfitter Northwest.
So Amazon doesn't usually say it this directly, but one of its top execs just did. He said, "We are not going anywhere." That was the message from David Zapolsky at the Spheres, reaffirming Amazon's commitment to Seattle, just as Mayor-elect Katie Wilson, a community organizer who helped design the controversial Jumpstart payroll tax, gets ready to take office. So this is a notable shift in tone after years of friction that pushed thousands of Amazon jobs to Bellevue. And a lot of people were predicting that Amazon's just going to pull out
what
entirely.
Oh. I was trying to remember. Why did Amazon ever pull out from Seattle and go to Bellevue?
Well, again, I mean, part of it was the Jumpstart tax.
Oh, yes, right.
Yes. So, but Zabolski is saying that with about 80,000 Amazon employees across the region, 50,000 in Seattle alone, the company, he says, considers this home. And he also pointed out that Amazon is making a lot of impact locally. He pointed out the $900 million that the company invested in affordable housing, the 4.5 million meals delivered to families, and then 380,000 shelter nights provided through Mary's Place. And he says the company's civic approach has grown up, more strategic, less scattershot. And he emphasized that Amazon does want a strong working relationship with the new mayor. So what do you make of that? I mean, that's a marked difference from what we heard over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's kind of like when it reminds me, Ursula, before you get married, and I know a thing or two about this. No, I'm being for real. But
do?
Yeah. before you get married, hey, I like to at least take one vacation a year, and I would like to do this, and I want all these plans. I like to do this, and you want to establish some of the boundaries, right? But then Mike Tyson told us that everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth, right? And so I love the fact that Amazon is coming out saying, hey, we want to be here. We want to be here. These are all the, it's funny, these are all the things that we are doing, and these are all the things that we are done. They are basically setting the foundation in the line right there. However, we do have a track record that when things didn't go right that we liked, we were going to build some stuff here in Seattle, we went on over to Bellevue, okay? So we've done that once. You guys remember that? I'm not saying that we'll do it again, but just so you know, it's a possibility.
Oh, it is a possibility, and I think it's very real. And in a minute, we're going to talk about the mayors, the elect mayors, transition team and what it says and what it portends for the future. But I want to also point out that there are some other companies that are doubling down on the city. Starbucks just extended its lease on the Starbucks Center headquarters through 2038. It has put more than $300 million into that building over the years. Google is consolidating its offices in South Lake Union, but in the same breath told GeekWire that we remain committed to our long-term presence in Seattle, and Microsoft isn't going anywhere. The company has invested hundreds of millions into local affordable housing, explicitly tied to Puget Sound's future. Now, again, you cannot rest on your laurels and say, well, they're going to stay, so I don't need to do anything, and you don't want to hack them off to the point where, like, we can no longer do business here.
You got to keep dating.
Exactly, but it is certainly, I think, good news. Seattle's mayor-elect is moving fast. Katie Wilson has now unveiled a transition team packed with City Hall veterans and community organizers, and it could be a signal that she might be new to elected office, but she's bringing in people who already know the landscape. And KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has been digging into this and joins us live now.
Yeah, so here's an analogy to think about. If Katie Wilson's transition team was a home buyer, this transition doesn't look like it's going to be a complete teardown. They're going to gut the kitchen, most likely, and some bathrooms, right?
Okay.
But not a complete teardown. For example, let's look at the two people on her team. There are 5 on the transition team. Let's just concentrate on 2 to try to get a feel for what I'm talking about. Wilson's new transition director, Andres Mattia, is a City Hall veteran. He has worked for more moderate mayors in the past, including Jenny Durkin and Greg Nichols. And here was his vision a few years ago when he ran the city's Department of Neighborhoods.
We intentionally attempt or try to center community in our work. The strength of our department is in our staff and their ability to build authentic and trusting relationships with community. And it's really at the heart of what we do.
So not a tear down, but if there is one indicator of more progressive policies to come, it's Wilson's co-chair, one of them, Tiffany McCoy. She's one of the leading figures in Seattle's social housing movement. She's a big believer in publicly owned, permanently affordable housing that's funded by raising taxes on businesses and high earners. Here's what she's said in the past.
We want to kind of cut off that pipeline into homelessness by just creating housing as a human right and as not as a commodity, and making sure that people aren't paying more than 30% of their income in rent into a building that's community controlled.
So she probably wants to, gut the kitchen. New mayors do this. New home buyers do this. But
yes. So just trying to translate what that means, because Katie Wilson has also mentioned that she is going to be bringing in some new taxes. She's also talked about, I can't remember the exact figure, but it was a dramatically higher figure for permanent housing units, which are expensive, right? I mean, so this is where you'll see one of the biggest changes. She also, Mayor-elect Wilson, could not answer the question about how do you feel, or what would you do with homeless encampments in parks? So I don't know where McCoy lands on that one.
I'm not sure either. I've scoured for the time that I've had now to figure that out. However, I think what she would say is I'm concentrating on housing, more permanent housing, and would make a differentiation between affordable housing and what she really wants. And that is, affordable housing is building housing, probably from the private sector, that's affordable, right? And it's in the name. However, what she's saying is, no, that's not the model. The model should be publicly funded, because housing should be a right. So let's get people out of those tents and into houses that the public owns and pays for through taxes. It's different from affordable housing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Luke, thank you.
You bet.
Seattle's World Cup organizers say nothing is changing, despite President Trump once again suggesting that he might move the 2026 World Cup out of the city over safety concerns. The local organizing committee says the matches are going to stay right here. Beth Knox with Seattle Sports Commission is putting it plainly. She says safety has been the top priority from the very beginning. The security plan is already in place, and Seattle's relationship with FIFA, the White House World Cup Task Force, and law enforcement is solid. In her words, they are confident that the matches will proceed in Seattle as planned. So why is this even coming up? On Monday, President Trump raised eyebrows when he told reporters that if he saw any sign of trouble under Mayor-elect Katie Wilson, who he called a liberal communist, he said he would ask FIFA to move the games.
If we think there's going to be a problem, we'll, Johnny, can I say we will move? I don't think you're going to have this problem, but we're going to move the event to someplace where it's going to be appreciated and safe.
Seattle is set to host 6 matches next summer, 4 group stage and 2 knockout rounds, all at Lumen Field, which will temporarily be rebranded as Seattle Stadium.
Ursula, we talked about this before, and we'll say it again. There is no way that it's going to be moved. It's going to be here. There's way too much planning. There's way too much money that's involved. There's way too many businesses here locally that are counting on this. The city of Seattle is counting on this. It's not going to move. 2026 is going to be a very big year. And so I'm glad someone, a grown-up in the room, came and says, hey, everyone, just so you all know, it's going, calm down. It's going nowhere.
Yeah. And if you look at all the things that have gone on, like the waterfront renovation. Again, you won't know this if you haven't been downtown, but if you look at the waterfront renovations, all the transit hub safety improvements, and $45 million that have been approved for stadium updates and security, and total economic impact for King County, I didn't realize this. I mean, it's even $1 billion. So, yeah, I think it's very important to keep those games here. BECU. This is a story that got your attention, Gee. Yeah. It's about to get a whole lot bigger, not because more Washingtonians are lining up to join. It's because the Tequila-based credit union just announced that it is merging with Safe Credit Union down in California. And together, they are going to be a combined powerhouse that will serve nearly 1.8 million members and will control more than $33 billion in assets. So that would make this, BECU would be the 4th largest credit union in the country. And so for now, they're saying nothing changes for the members. The deal's not going to be finalized until early 2027. But the CEO of BECU says they're going to lead the combined organization. It's Beverly Anderson. She'll be doing it. And she says the mission stays the same, serving members first, keeping that cooperative people, helping people model alive, and making sure that the credit union can keep up with the rapid changes in financial services.
Ursula, I talked to a friend who's now been at BECU for 16 years, and they tell me that, yes, while this is good, it makes them the 4th largest credit union in the country, it also now opens up a presence out into California. And then says that hope that it leads to more job security. We'll see about a raise and all that stuff. And then also, it's not like folks are going to necessarily move here and go down to California. But one of the things they said was it does lead to encouragement. Growth is always good, solidifying them as one of the top in the country. She says we won't know until 2027, right, what this is going to mean. And what I mean is sometimes when you have mergers and everything, you get to find out. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's not always that great. So she says, hopefully that it does lead to a raise and good things for us employees.
The thing that has always struck me about BECU, which, by the way, started in 1935 with just Boeing employees, but how it's expanded and now it's ready to become this national player. But the thing that has always struck me is its great reputation. I mean, I have no stake in it at all, but it's like the Costco of banks or financial organizations, where every time I talk about how frustrated I am, specifically with Bank of America right now and how I want to move, I always get someone who says, you've got to change over to BECU. Like their customers, whatever they're doing is right. And maybe text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. I'm not sure exactly what it is because I've never done business with them, but it seems to be that kind of reputation.
Yeah.
Okay, starting January 1st, you are going to notice a small change at the checkout line. You know those plastic carryout bags, the ones that are now thicker? They're the reusable kind that replace those flimsy bags.
Those are some good ones.
Yes. Well, the minimum charge is jumping from 8 cents to 12 cents per bag minimum.
Okay.
And the paper bags, though, are going to stay at their current 8-cent minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And this all goes back to in 2020, remember the state passed a law that says reusable options really need to be pushed, and we don't want those little flimsy ones anymore. Right. And so the goal is simple: keep waste out of the landfills and waterways, cut emissions, nudge all of us to bringing our own bags.
Mm-hmm.
How's that worked? First of all, are you going to pay now the 12 cents, or are you going to just start bringing your own bag? Is this going to be enough to get you?
Listen, I have tried and I have says, oh, yes, I'm going to bring my bags in. And so what ends up happening is I've actually, brought my bag in and got my groceries, and then I bring my groceries into the house. Well, the thing is the bag never makes it back to the car, and so then I'm back on that system. So basically, they're going to be getting my 12 cents. But you know what?
What is it about us? Like, some people are so good about it.
Because I'll tell you, because I don't know, like my whole life, I've always just gone to the store empty-handed and grab a cart and go do my thing, and maybe it's just habit, and maybe it's just not expensive enough for me to think otherwise. But let that thing start being, 50 cents or $1 a bag.
Yeah, then you'll bring it. I know, but now it's just like, oh, okay, 12 cents.
Yeah. But some people are good about it.
Some people are amazing about it.
Yeah.
253 just writes, I never pay for plastic bags. I go through self-checkout, and when it asks how many bags you have, I always hit 0.
Okay, you're cheating.
Okay,
I'm not okay with that.
I'm not okay with that.
No, exactly.
Karma.
Let me guess. You're also real. Probably the one who, changes the number of the bulk item so that it's the cheaper one that you're paying for.
Hey, Ursula, we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Real quick. You heard that conversation out in the newsroom.
Uh-huh.
How come you didn't jump in?
Because I have a show to do.
Yeah,
because I was not quite ready.
Yeah.
Oh, I told Luke I was with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, and by the way, if you guys listening, what we're talking about, we're having a
very
spirited discussion,
debate.
and the debate and
it's
discussion
healthy in the newsroom.
The discussion was what's happening in Seattle. What's going to happen with this dance between big tech, Amazon, and of course city government and all that stuff, and what's going to be the future, and can Katie Wilson as the mayor-elect now, and when she becomes the mayor, can she do all these things, all these promises, and affordable housing, and all those those buzzwords.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day I just want to say this. I wasn't disagreeing with anyone out there, right, on what's needed. We talk about, like, we all need to have people to be able to afford to live in Seattle. I agree with you. I just don't know how that's going to happen. That's my only thing. Like,
it's not going to happen in one mayor's tenure. I'll tell you that much.
It ain't happening in 2026 with the World Cup coming.
Nope.
It ain't happening then.
Nope.
Is it going to happen with? Are we going to stop new taxes?
But and that's the big question. We had a restaurant owner, or former restaurant owner yesterday, Eduardo Jordan, joining us and talking about some of the policies in the city of Seattle that are driving small businesses out. Yeah, so it's trying to figure out what is the right thing, and there are many different ideas, and it caused a spirited debate.
It did.
I just didn't have time.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do, 9:47, by the way, we got Allie and Tacoma's favorite game, Would You Rather, that happens. And what we going to do next? Oh, 1 and 4, Ursula?
Yeah, so I want to just know, can we get along? Is there someone you shut out in your life because of how they voted?
Yeah.
And is there a way to mend that?
Right. If you're listening right now, just a quick question before we leave. Can we all just get along? Go ahead and tell us who really made that phrase popular. 888-973-5476. Let's get to it. 1 and 4 Washingtonians say they no longer speak to family or friends. Next, Gee Ursula.
After hitting a flat note in L.A.
Sam looking, dumps a pass, it's intercepted. That's number 4.
The Seahawks head down yonder to Nashville, looking to get that twang back.
As a team, I think we're in good shape. One loss doesn't define us.
Rocking and rolling their way to another win.
You know, it's about us, how we can get better as a team.
When we do it right, it's all within our wheelhouse.
Seahawks, Titans, Sunday. Kickoff at 10 a.m., pregame at 7. Giddy up.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Hey, Husky Nation, the rivalry is on, but this time it's bigger than football. This holiday season, we're taking the fight from the field to the table with a rivalry for a reason, a head-to-head fundraiser between UW and Oregon fans to tackle food insecurity across the Northwest. Hey, it's G. Scott. Here's the play. Every dollar you donate counts as a vote. And votes, they're unlimited. So let's outgive the Ducks and show what Husky pride is all about. Go to dogsvsducks.org right now to donate and help us win leading up to Thanksgiving. 100% of your donation goes directly to households in need, thanks to Safeway and Northwest Harvest. It's more than a game. It's a chance to make a real difference. So, Huskies, let's dominate the scoreboard where it matters most. dogsvsducks.org. Give today, win today. That's dogsvsducks.org.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, "Well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky." But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. "We work hard," he said. "We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way." In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. "Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines," he told me. "This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service." Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, "I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off," I go, "Well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic." And you're always like,
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
Adventure smarter with the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, available now at Carter Subaru, Seattle's only Subaru dealership. Get all-wheel drive with financing from just 3.9%. And during the Share the Love event, Subaru donates $250 for every new Subaru to one of 6 charities, including hometown favorite Treehouse. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized costs. See dealer for details. Valid through 11/30/25.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Guys, don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
This year, make comfort the first gift during the Black Friday sale at Home Comfort Alliance. Through December 1st, call to get savings up to 75% off furnaces, air conditioners, backup generators, EV chargers, water heaters, and more. If your system's over 12 years old, upgrade now before it breaks and save. And remember to schedule your consultation before December 1st and save up to 75% and take 18 months to pay off 0% financing OAC. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. The family of one of the 4 University of Idaho students killed by Brian Kohberger plans to sue Washington State University, where he was a PhD student. KIRO 7 TV's El Thomas explains.
The family alleges WSU was long aware of a list of troubling behavioral complaints filed against Brian Kohberger from his classmates and teaching staff, and claims WSU failed to take appropriate action. The suit also seeks answers on what led to Kohberger being fired from his teaching assistant position just 1 month after the murders. No mention of how much money will be sought. Kohberger is serving 4 life sentences with no chance of parole.
President Trump has signed a bill giving Attorney General Pam Bondi 30 days to release the Epstein files, but CBS's Ed O'Keefe says there is a loophole.
The new law also allows Bondi to withhold information that could jeopardize ongoing investigations. And just last week, the DOJ launched one at Trump's request into some high-profile Democrats tied to the financier. Former federal prosecutor Tom Dupree warns that means key details could be at least temporarily withheld.
In fact, arguably, they could be some of the most important documents in the file.
A federal judge will hear arguments today on Kilmore Abrego Garcia's potential deportation to Libya. He's the El Salvador native and Maryland man who was mistakenly deported and brought back to the U.S. Then the Trump administration accused him of human trafficking, which he denies. 2 Washington State babies have now been sickened in a nationwide botulism case linked to ByHeart formula. 31 total have become ill. Food safety attorney Bill Marler represents about a dozen of those families. He tells me
all of them have been hospitalized. Most have gotten out or will be getting out soon. Most were in pediatric intensive care units.
No deaths reported. ByHeart says it has voluntarily recalled its products and is working with the FDA. Senior living company Bonaventure has agreed to pay $7 million after residents complained about inadequate housekeeping, infection control, help with medication, and other problems. The Washington State Attorney General's office says 800 residents will also receive a $250 credit. AG Nick Brown says families expected safe, clean care and didn't get it. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 217 points, NASDAQ off 207. KIRO News Radio traffic, a power outage causing gridlock on virtually all routes heading into Seattle. The north and southbound 99 tunnel through Seattle is closed. You're backed up on 99 southbound to Fremont and on I-5 southbound to Northgate. You're solid on the I-90 bridge back to Mercer Island, and you're backed up on the West Seattle Bridge to Southwest Alaska Street. Sounder trains also affected here. Now, some lights are starting to come back. You have signals again at 4th Avenue and South Seattle Boulevard South. Traffic brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476 and subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the low 50s. It's 47 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show coming up at 9:47. Would you rather, which is quickly becoming a favorite for a lot of you. But right now we're going to talk about getting along. Can we just get along? And the reason we ask that is because right now, 1 in 4 Washingtonians has stopped talking to a friend or family member because of politics. And that statistic shocked the room at a seminar hosted recently by Western Washington University, and this was reported by Cascadia Daily News. Lieutenant Governor Denny Heck says the divide is not actually just between parties anymore, it's also within them. Social media outrage, he says, billions of dollars in attack ads, all of it has pushed people to treat political opponents like their enemies. Former Secretaries of State Kim Wyman and Sam Reed say part of the fix, may come from the ballot itself. So they were saying Washington's top 2 primary already forces candidates to appeal to all voters, not just their own party base. You can't win by only talking to your corner of the room. And now there is talk of top 2 pro, which is an idea that is pushed by former Nirvana bassist Chris Novoselic, which would keep the top 2 system, but then would add reforms that emphasize coalition building and moderation. I think moderation is the big thing. So the idea is to reduce the fear of primary challengers and reward candidates who work across the aisle instead of racing to the extremes. But those 3 political leaders agreed on this. Structural changes will only go so far. This polarization that we're seeing will not go away until we start treating each other as neighbors again and not combatants. So that story caught our eye just because of this idea. We've got Thanksgiving, we've got the holidays just around the corner, G, and a lot of people. Let's just not even look at the elections and you know how votes are counted, et cetera, but let's just talk about what happens when you stop talking to a family member or a friend because of their politics.
Can I I want to set the stage first on something.
Yes.
And I want to just say this.
Yes.
This goes for all of us.
Yes.
We spend so much of our life worrying about what others think about us. We spend so much of our life worrying about this person, that person, all those people. And usually the last person that we care about and we put energy into is our own selves. Mm-hmm. And we wonder why, either at the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, we're tapped out. We wonder why our life is in a struggle, why we are getting in therapy. By the way, even getting in therapy, good or bad, is still a good time to get in therapy. The reason why I'm setting that up is because this whole idea that you need to, you can be cordial, you don't have to be disrespectful, right? Mm-hmm. But this whole idea that's forcing you need to be with this person, or hey, that family member, that's your family right there. Let me tell you something. Blood makes us related. It doesn't make us family. Mm-hmm. I will cut you off in a New York minute. Now, as far as politics is disagreeing about Bruce Harrell and Katie Wilson. That's politics. Politics is disagreeing if this tax should pass, if you should vote on this levy. Normal politics, how it used to be. Politics was choosing between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. Mm-hmm. Today, this ain't no damn politics. We are choosing between human decency and not human decency. So I'll throw this to you now, Ursula. I'm done. I will always choose on the side of human decency. And if you're against it, I'm against you. And I ain't biting my tongue on that. If you think that people over here that are trans should not exist, I'm not rocking with you. And you ain't gonna get and mess up my peace. If you think that someone that is gay and wants to marry the same sex and you don't think that they should exist and be in love, I'm not rocking with you. And I don't have to force it. I don't have to break bread with you. I ain't eating Thanksgiving with you. I'm going to eat my peace. Go ahead.
Wait. Okay, the only reason I'm laughing is because you laid a really good table. And I will say that I agree with you on human decency and everything that you said.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, where you and I are different is that I have shared that I have friends who have voted different from me, who voted for someone I am adamantly opposed to. I'm talking about Trump. And I have shared why it is. a lot of the reasons that you just brought up, I still think that they are very decent people. I think they had their reasons for doing it, and I'm in disagreement. And so I have worked and I have been able to navigate through those relationships and friendships without cutting them off. I'm not saying it doesn't work for everybody.
But I just want to tell you that everything that I just said is not necessarily if you voted for Trump.
Yes.
You can vote for Trump
and still be
believe that people that are trans should exist.
Yes.
You should still think you might have a gay son, but you voted for Trump. I'm not saying that. That's not my qualifier.
Thank you. And thank you for that clarification, because there are people who will just say flat out, nope, you voted for him and you're out of my life.
No, that's
and
not my
so here, I guess, it is my advice as we come into the holidays. I mean, if you are still furious about how someone voted or is different from you, you need a cooling off period, obviously. And by now, hopefully you've had that. And I think that it helps if you try to understand like why it hit you so hard that your loved one or your friend voted or supports what it is that they did. You know, and usually it's not the vote itself, it's what it stands for. Everything you just mentioned, right? And if you're ready to have that conversation, I mean, you don't have to agree. You just have to want to understand the motivation. But ultimately, if it's way past that and you're just trying to get through Thanksgiving dinner, set boundaries. And I think that's the big thing. It's like if someone starts bringing it up during the dinner, it's like, you know, I love you, but we can't talk politics right now. Let's just leave it at that. If we talk about this, we have to have respect on both sides. And I'm not talking about the things that you brought up, which are just zero tolerance. But in essence, if the relationship matters, separate the vote from the person. And I mean, I'm trying to think, because there are a lot of people who just said, yeah, I'm done. Nope.
The thing is, here's the thing. There used to be a time that most of us did not know one way or the other how we voted. You see what I'm saying?
But now people put it out there and put it on social media.
I say this all the time.
Yeah.
I voted for George Bush both times, but it wasn't brought up at Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about those things.
Right.
So again,
now a lot of times it's really in your face. But as you said too, ultimately, it's important to protect yourself and protect your own peace.
Yes. All right, good stuff. Coming to save the day like it always does. Would you rather? We do that next. Gee Ursula.
The Jake and Spike Show.
If you guys are not watching on YouTube, you're missing the sight.
Weekdays noon to 3.
Luke Ducey joining us now in studio. People think he's a handsome fellow. Welcome to the show, Luke.
I thank you for saying that.
Well, I didn't say it. People in the audience say it.
Well, you're why we got the new cameras and lighting.
Nice. Oh,
they weren't doing that for us. Are you wearing like pancake makeup?
Like Edward Cullen. I've been tanning.
Now, Edward's, is he
He's a vampire.
Vampire from Twilight, right?
In the sun.
Watch the Jake and Spike Show live on YouTube or the KIRO Newsradio app.
Do you have a new car on your Christmas wish list? If you are shopping for a new vehicle, you want to deal with a dealership that is going to treat you like an extremely valued customer. And that is where Carter Subaru truly shines. It is the one place where I've always felt taken care of, and that is why I am a repeat customer. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership, and they have the state's largest selection. So if you've been thinking about upgrading, right now is the time, because you can get the 2025 Crosstrek at just 1.9% financing for 72 months. And right now is one of my favorite times of the year. It is the Subaru Share the Love event. For every new Subaru purchase, Subaru donates $250 to one of 6 charities, and one of them is Pause. If you want a dealership that actually listens to you, treats you with respect, and makes the whole process feel so easy, go see my friends at Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard, or start at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized costs. See dealer for details. Valid through 11/30/25.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167 without a good-to-go account, you'll now receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A good-to-go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
Hey, Brock Heward here. Taking the First Mark Insurance Challenge could save your family a lot of money. It saved us thousands. First Mark works for you. Search in the carriers for lower rates and better coverage. If that sounds smart, go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Chef, I don't have News Boss open today. Can you hit that little would you rather thing? Yep, thank you.
Let me make something crystal clear.
Sorry, Ursula, I thought I was gonna have News Boss open today. I didn't do that.
It's time to make Ursula uncomfortable.
You know, I've been in this game 11 years today. Today's my 11-year work anniversary. I decided not to bring, but I felt like I've been working today. That's the thing. All right, here we go. Would you rather have $1,000 automatically appear every time someone lies to you, or be able to tell when someone is lying with 100% accuracy? So the first way is somebody lies, but you don't know they're lying, but you go to your bank account later on and you see that somebody lied to you 10 times because you got $10,000 in the bank. Or would you just want the ability to be able to recognize when somebody's lying to you right away?
I'll take the cash because I think I can recognize people when they're lying.
I want the cash too.
And it'll only be confirmed when I look at my bank account.
I don't even care if you lied to me. Lie to me. Let me get that money.
I got 2 little kids, so give me the cash because they will do something right in front of my face and insist I did not see with my own 2 eyes what just happened, and it makes me insane. I saw you do it. No, you didn't.
Eddie Murphy Raw wasn't me. Somebody ought to get that one. Hey, would you rather get 1 free flight to anywhere in the world every month, or have every hotel upgrade you want for life?
Oh,
yeah. This is easy. This is easy.
I'm taking a free flight.
That was too easy.
I'm taking a free flight.
Yeah, I'm taking a free flight too. And I love hotel stays, but give me that free flight. Okay, let's move on. Would you rather be able to eat whatever you want with 0 calories counted, or be able to fall asleep instantly every night?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to go.
You found this just for Ursula.
I did. Just for me.
I did.
Because, man, I have sleep issues. However, I think I have sleep issues probably related to what goes into my body to some degree. So I'm going to say I would rather be able to eat whatever I want and not have to worry about the calories.
Okay. Would you rather always...
Wait. How come I'm the only one answering? What about you?
Giving them the whole calories. Let me eat whatever I want. I wish I could have homemade macaroni and cheese every day. Every day I would have that.
Yeah. Well, yesterday you had a lot of cheese.
Oh, I sure did. Hey, Eduardo Jordan brought in that pimento cheese, and then he gonna talk about the first hit was for free. Anyways, here we go. Would you rather always know the right thing to say, or always know the right move to make?
I will go with always knowing the right move to make.
Okay.
And I say that because I'm going to guess that the moves I make may be more consequential than always having the right thing to say. Yeah. I also feel like I'm more confident in saying the right things at the right time versus making the right big decisions.
So, Ursula, when you were answering that, that's what I was thinking, that I would love to think that I always say the right things, but I don't believe that to be true. I would rather always know the right thing to say than the right moves to make.
I'd take that too, G, on 2 levels. One, if you always know the right thing to say, that means that you can convince anyone of anything. Imagine how influential that could be.
Chef, and on more always got that type of angle.
What?
Yeah.
And on a more serious note, like one of the most interesting things going on in our society is like this broken conversation that we're having. And it seems impossible for people to cut through it. And if there was some way to put things to people that cut through all of that noise, I would love to figure that out.
But as Nikki says, actions always speak louder than words.
True, Nikki. That's very true. Nick, any topics stand out to you on any of those would you rathers?
Well, the last one I would say, I'll take the moves to make, because if you go with the words to say, I feel like you're going with the evil side, because like Chef said, you can persuade and manipulate people. But with the right moves to make, also the right moves not to make, and avoiding those kinds of, fishy situation. So morally, I think that's the right road.
Okay. Maybe I got beat on that one. Maybe I can think about changing my mind on that one. That's a good one. All right. Wow, that was just a 9 o'clock hour. We got the 10 o'clock hour of the show coming up next. But here's why you want to stay. Do you all remember there was a WSP DUI crash that resulted in the death of a motorcyclist? Well, there's new details about that topic that I don't think you want to miss. You got to hear it next. Gee and Ursula.
Your favorite Seahawks gear? Check. Face paint? Check. The Mike McDonald preview on KIRO News Radio? Check.
We want to win the game.
Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald joins the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel, in the final interview before every Seahawks game. Friday mornings, the Mike McDonald preview, only on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the guys' spirit.
This is where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Well, as you all know, I have been blessed with a very long career here at KIRO. I also have a family I adore. And as I look ahead, I don't just want a comfortable retirement. I want to leave a legacy. And Trajan Wealth is helping us make that possible. The fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth understand that there are no two retirement plans that are the same. They will offer guidance on a variety of financial goals, including ways to earn higher potential returns and also deal with some tax concerns. I really never thought much about estate planning when I was a lot younger, but now as I'm getting closer to retirement, I see it as one of the most important gifts that I and Mark actually can also leave behind. As an independent firm, Trajan Wealth is not bound to just one line of products or portfolios. So if you've ever wondered what kind of legacy you will leave, Trajan can help you make a plan that reflects your values and protects your family. To find out how they can help you, call Trajan Wealth today at 206-656-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. That's Trajan, spelled Trajan.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
The John Curley Show.
I can't wait till I get a little older, be the really crotchety old guy, getting close to being eccentric. As my mom used to say, I don't make enough money to be eccentric. I'm just middle-class crazy right now.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Black Friday Comfort Sale is on now at Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 75%. Plus, enjoy 18 months 0% financing OAC. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour. Sponsored by Eggland's Best.
I'm Steve Kathan. Political rhetoric intensifies. President Trump fires back at Democrats who urged members of the military to disobey illegal orders.
The Democrats posted a video saying the Trump administration is pitting uniformed military and intelligence professionals against American citizens. On social media, Trump accused them of, quote, seditious behavior from traitors, lock them up, and punishable by death. Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul urged caution.
I don't think it's really a good idea to talk about jailing your political opponents or hanging them.
President Trump has ordered the National Guard into U.S. cities and strikes against alleged drug smuggling vessels in international waters. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
At Washington's National Cathedral, a bipartisan audience is there to pay tribute to Dick Cheney. CBS's Major Garrett.
Dick Cheney, as a political figure in Washington for decades, did something that people in this town come to admire. Find ways into power, use it to your advantage, remain loyal, and remain steadfast in your set of convictions and beliefs, even if those steadfast convictions and beliefs create tremendous controversy and momentary political downside.
Overseas, correspondent Ramy Inocencio reports some high-ranking Americans are in Ukraine.
As massive Russian aerial attacks continue, a U.S. defense official told CBS News that Army Secretary Driscoll intends to meet with Russian officials. A Russian official confirmed to CBS News that Russia is open to talks.
There is word of a new U.S. peace proposal that includes major points that Ukraine has previously rejected. A federal judge is hearing arguments today on Kilmar Abrego Garcia's possible deportation to Liberia. Supporters of the Salvadoran national rallied outside the Maryland courthouse
to say loudly and clearly, bring Kilmar home. Bring Kilmar home.
Officials said today they've ended a federal immigration crackdown in Charlotte, North Carolina. Delayed 7 weeks by the government shutdown, the September employment report came out today.
The Labor Department says employers added 119,000 jobs in September, more than twice as many as economists had predicted. The jobless rate inched up from 4.3 to 4.4%.
And that's the highest level in nearly 4 years.
Bank rate analyst Mark Hamrick says the job market is still cooling.
We're barely having enough jobs creation to keep the unemployment rate from going substantially higher.
He says the Fed has a tough call to make on whether to cut interest rates again next month. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The Dow is down 217. This is CBS News.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
Two brothers killed in a case of mistaken identity. The heartbroken mother speaks next. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. A power outage is causing gridlock on all routes heading into Seattle. The north and southbound 99 tunnel through Seattle is closed right now. You're backed up on 99 southbound to Fremont and on I-5 southbound almost to Northgate. You're backed up to Midspan on the I-90 bridge and on the West Seattle Bridge back to Southwest Alaska Street. There are reports of fender benders in the backup, so be careful out there. Sounder trains are also affected. Traffic brought to you by Kia of Everett. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, be ready this winter with amazing pricing and financing. Kia of Everett.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A second suspect has been arrested in the deadly drive-by shooting of two teenage brothers in Lacey this week. The 20-year-old man was taken into custody after a high-speed chase in Thurston County just hours after the first suspect appeared in court, where the boy's heartbroken mother spoke.
My son Devin had all A's in school. He went to church. My son Alex just changed his life, had all A's, was doing good. You killed 2 innocent boys. I hope you sleep at night with that.
Investigators believe the boys were killed in a case of mistaken identity. Governor Bob Ferguson has declared an emergency to ensure enough jet fuel gets to SeaTac Airport after a leak shut down the Olympic pipeline north of Everett this week. BP says it is working with state and federal agencies to contain, clean, and repair this. The emergency declaration lifts a limit on trucker hours so they can haul more fuel down to SeaTac. Wildlife experts trapped and killed a coyote in Seattle after a series of potentially dangerous close encounters with humans. Rachel Shulkin of Seattle Parks and Rec tells KIRO 7 TV.
We don't want to see coyotes actually running up and biting humans because maybe they feel like a human has entered their den space. We don't want to see them chasing after humans.
She says it's never safe to approach or feed coyotes. Mount Rainier is not preparing to erupt, but a faulty sensor led to panic this week. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley has more from the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network.
It's one of the most remote seismic stations on the mountain. And on Tuesday, an unusual-looking record prompted widespread concern. That panic amplified by a story published in the Daily Mail, which labeled the activity unprecedented. The problem?
This whole thing is a big misunderstanding.
Scientists say the station, named STAR, is instead experiencing some sort of malfunction.
It looks like a transmission problem with the data.
An explanation backed up by normal readings across other seismic sensors across the mountain.
The Seattle School Board has unanimously approved a contract for new Superintendent Ben Schuldener. Board President Gina Topp says Schuldener, the current school superintendent in Lansing, Michigan, has the experience to move the district forward.
He brings a strong record of improving graduation rates, attendance, enrollment rates, and has led both with innovation and stability in Lansing.
He starts February 1st and will make $365,000 a year. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy today with highs in the low 50s. It's 47 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
What's up, everybody? It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday, November 20th. And if I haven't told you before, I'll tell you again. Today is my work anniversary. 11 years of being in this place. Sometimes, Ursula, there's a thing called imposter syndrome. And I had it for a long time around this place.
Is that right?
Heck
what were you thinking? What am I doing here?
I just told someone just now in the newsroom, this is exactly what I thought. I came in here on the Seahawks wave when they were, we're talking about at the height, right? As a matter of fact, the company paid for me to go down to the Super Bowl and cover them the Super Bowl that week. This is what I thought. I thought once this whole thing dies down, I'm out.
Could you have ever envisioned yourself doing a show that was very news-based?
Absolutely not. No.
And I will just say, you have become quite the news hound.
I try to be.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, happy anniversary.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
6 of the years.
Was with you. As a matter of fact, I'm not the best with math.
More than half.
More than half.
This is right. Hey, coming up at 10:30, we are going to talk about WNBA salaries, but we're also going to talk about what you need to know as a Mariners fan when it comes to next season and where you can watch the games. It's something that frustrates a lot of people, right?
We're going to have to ask Nick about that.
Yeah. Okay. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
We talk a lot about affordability, and there's supposed to be, there is an affordability crisis in the city of Seattle. Yet, the Seattle City Council may vote to make housing less affordable. So what's happening here? A city council committee has signed off on an 18% hike in construction and master use permit fees. Those are the charges that builders have to pay to get their projects approved. And this is not aimed at big towers downtown. This actually hits the small and mid-sized projects that are making up most of the construction projects that are in Seattle's pipeline. And the city staffers are saying that the math doesn't work out anymore. For years, the fees from these large developments, remember when cranes were everywhere in downtown Seattle, so those fees helped subsidize the smaller ones. But with fewer big buildings going up and the permitting department already looking at a multi-million-dollar deficit, council members were told that they had three choices. Lay off staff, raise fees, or dip into the city's general fund. And 5 council members chose the fee increase. 3 of them, including outgoing council member Sarah Nelson, argued that this unfairly shifts costs onto smaller builders who are already struggling. Now, if you talk to anyone who is in construction and doing small, I mean, we had some text us and they said, yeah, a lot of stuff is dried up right now.
And it's hard to get permits.
And it's hard to get permits, exactly. If you are lucky to still be getting a lot of business, it's harder to get permits. So even with the higher fees, the city's permitting office is still expected to run $10 to $13 million in debt over the next 2 years.
Right.
So my question for you is, was it the right thing to do by raising fees?
Well, first, before I answer this, I would love if you are a builder out here locally, you tell us if this was the right thing to do, 888-973-5476. Now, as someone, Ursula, who is not a builder or anything like that, who does not have to go to the city to try to get permits, from the outside looking in, I would say, no, it's not a good idea. And it's not a good idea because, first, we have already been texts from builders telling us how tough it is to get permits. That's number one. Number two, now you're saying, oh, it's still going to be tough. And also, by the way, we're going to charge you more. In a topic where we are always talking about affordability, housing affordability, how does this make things easier for others here in this city, when in this city, it's the number one topic that we talk about? So if the goal right now is to make it to where it's cheaper for them to live, and right now the average apartment, 2-bedroom in Seattle is $2,600, how can we get that cheaper? Or is this going to raise them higher?
Well, yeah, I mean, a good question. And I will just say this, to only put it on the fees, which again, for every action, there's going to be a reaction.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but if your only choices were lay off staff, raise fees, or dip into the city's general fund, maybe you needed to do a combination of all. I'm sorry, but why only put it on, stack it up on one? Again, take a look at all of it. We're all having to, I mean, every private company is having to look. And, you know, I'm not a big proponent of layoffs, but sometimes they have to happen. Maybe you got a little extra fat.
Right. But you know what really stands out to me, Ursula, is whether it's the top of the 9 o'clock or the 10 o'clock, and any time you are discussing, you are bringing up news here in Seattle, there is always some type of increase in something. Hey, taxpayers, there's a new tax. Hey, you want a building permit, there's going to be an increase here. We had these 3 choices, and the choices we decided was for you to raise the cost of those permits. I just don't know when in Seattle we're going to get to the point where we are decreasing this cost. I don't know when we're going to get to the point where every single day we're not talking about some type of increase. And usually, and we don't like people getting laid off, no doubt about it, but what gives?
Yeah.
When is it going to stop? That's all I'm saying.
Well, and here's another thing, and let's just talk about, yesterday we had Eduardo Jordan, former restaurant owner, someone who has been in the restaurant industry for a long time.
Correct.
Talking about the landscape right now. And he had said something that really struck us and kind of threw us back. And he was talking about the current city policies, so, you know, and yes, I know people were like, well, call them what they are, liberal policies. Well, some of these things that are, for example, when you talk about minimum wage versus living wage, or you talk about all these fees and all these things that are just being burdened and all going to these small business owners. At some point, it's no longer, you can't do the math anymore.
Right.
Right. And so he talked about one of the things that he's concerned about as someone who's been in this industry for a long time.
I went to Detroit about 20 years ago, and I saw the impact of closures and the city not supporting small businesses and putting all their money into like the Fords, right, into these big conglomerates. And the big conglomerates forgot about the rest of the city. And I saw how decimated that city was for years. And it has taken about 15 years for Detroit to have a rebound. We might have a great flushing of Seattle to actually get rid of the to actually start over again.
Wait,
that sounds bleak.
When you say start over, what do you mean?
There's going to be a lot of empty spaces in Seattle. And those empty spaces, the rent is going to have to go down because the landlord is going to have a come to Jesus moment of like, I cannot charge this much for rent anymore because I can't find anyone that can actually take this space. The city is going to realize that our city is desolate now. It's a ghost town. We got issues. We got people leaving the city. So people leaving the city means people aren't building new spaces and places. Tourism is down because there's no places for people to actually come and patronize. The city becomes a little bleak.
And in the first hour, we were talking about, Amazon says, even though they moved a bunch to Bellevue of the jobs and office space to Bellevue, they're still planning on staying here. Starbucks is invested, Microsoft is invested. But the reality is small business owners, or the smaller business owners, are being
pushed out.
Uh-huh. And that is a big problem. If you believe that small and medium-sized businesses are the backbone of any community, that is problematic.
In hearing Eduardo Jordan talk at that moment, and by the way, I think it was Chef that said afterwards that he couldn't remember a time that you and I were actually silent for like 3 to 4 seconds. You, Ursula, this is your town. You live in Seattle. When you hear Eduardo say that Seattle might have to go and look like Detroit did during the recession in order for things to really start to pick back up again. When you hear Eduardo say that, what goes through your mind?
Well, obviously, I don't want that to happen. And I do think that we are making it very difficult to do business in Seattle. Now, the big companies, again, like the Amazons, they're not hurting. They're not the ones that are hurting. Mm-mm. It is the smaller and medium-sized businesses that are feeling like they're carrying so much of the weight.
Right.
And that needs to change. And the answer is not just keep taxing. Mm-hmm. It's just unsustainable.
So, Ursula, you said something. You said, I asked you, what do you think? And you said, first thing you said, he says, I don't want that to happen. And I don't think anybody in Seattle wants to happen what Eduardo just said. So my question now would be, how does Seattle prevent what Eduardo actually said could potentially happen here in this town? How can they prevent it then?
I mean, that's a whole long conversation, but it cannot just be taxing.
I agree.
Taxing people who are already feeling like they're taxed to death. It cannot just be one thing only. We do need to make things more affordable, but that also doesn't mean free everything.
Right.
So I'm not saying it's an easy task. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that you need to bring a lot of ideas, and it can't just be coming from one direction. It needs to be a lot of ideas trying to figure out how do you make it work. But the reality is there were years when we would look at the downtown Seattle and say, oh, my gosh, there are cranes everywhere. Remember, we were the crane capital of the world.
Right.
Well, we're not there anymore. Mm-hmm. It has gone down. Right now, there's still a 33% vacancy rate in downtown. So, yeah, while a lot of people are doing real well, there are signs of things that aren't going so well.
And when you say a lot, you know what? I think when we talk about a lot of people doing well, especially in Seattle, I know a lot of listeners are listening from outside of Seattle. I get that. But as we talk about here in Seattle, a lot of people doing well, I think to Eduardo's point, yes, the big dogs are doing great. But in your news stories, Ursula, when you're talking about, like a few days ago, you reported on Skillet closing down. We're talking about all of these restaurants closing down. And when restaurants close down, that stops people from coming here to these businesses. So if a restaurant's closing down, we know that businesses next to them can potentially close down. And, oh, by the way, we still have the less than 50% of the whole work from home thing that is happening right now. So it feels like if something doesn't, and by the way, this is where it doesn't matter who the mayor was. This is no shot at Katie Wilson or anything like that. There are some things that's going to really have to be done. And to your point, Ursula, I just don't see it happening when you keep talking about new tax, this going up every day.
No.
I think we need an entire broad reimagining of the way that we charge for construction in this region. What the Seattle City Council is potentially going to do by adding 18% to permitting fees is exactly the wrong direction. Because what we have done so far, we have put money into affordable housing units, building some housing units for certain income classes of people in the city. And it's not statistically significant to the number of people that actually live here. We've told developers, hey, if you put in a couple affordable units in your giant construction operation, then you'll get a little bit of a tax break. Why do we not just remove the permitting from residential construction entirely? That adds roughly $15,000 to $25,000 per home just for the permitting. And when that permitting takes 6 to 12 months, if I am building a house, right, and I have to sit on that property, which is getting no revenue for me for 6 to 12 months, I can lose $100,000 to $200,000 on that property. Okay, so if we look at restructuring permitting fees and actually make them come out on time, you make every single residential construction project in the city significantly cheaper overnight. I'm done putting $1 billion into building a few statistically insignificant units.
Well, and that needs to that whole thinking also needs to be overhauled because it's way too expensive for those exact units that you're talking about for affordable housing. You're waiting and waiting and waiting. 425. Did you see that? You and I both saw the same thing.
Yeah. I own a small business. We are moving out of the area because of what you're exactly talking about. They hit you from all sides in this state. You are losing good, honest contractors because it's almost impossible to survive here. And look, I think the reason why we're having this discussion, Ursula, is because full transparency, this discussion is still being talked about in our newsroom right now. And this is a very hot topic. And the point of it all is this.
Yeah.
How do you stop this? Because right now, everything Ursula gives in her news stories about a new tax and this and this, how do you stop this?
It's unsustainable. 425, again, says, I have permits that have taken over a year and a half. That will kill a small business. Yeah. Who can wait that long? So, again, a lot of promises, but going in, these are things. And I guess that's one of the things that I'm actually encouraged about Katie Wilson. And I know a lot of you listening right now, you don't live in Seattle, but what happens in Seattle affects all of us, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah.
And so the success of what happens here is going to have ramifications for outside of the Seattle area, I mean, the city of Seattle itself. And the point being, you want to make sure that she is listening to not just one particular viewpoint, that she has someone who is pro-business, that she has someone who is pro-worker, that she has, so that all the best ideas need to come to the table.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough job. And it's going to be a tough job for anyone. And by the way, the job is bigger than the mayor. Like this isn't all on the mayor's office. And by the way, the mayor's office didn't put us in this situation in what's going on in the first place. So anyways, we got scenarios coming up at 10:47. Up next, we're talking about WNBA salaries. Let's do that next. Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
after hitting a flat note in L.A.
Sam looking, dumps a pass, it's intercepted. That's number 4.
The Seahawks head down yonder to Nashville, looking to get that twang back.
As a team, I think we're in good shape. One loss doesn't define us.
Rocking and rolling their way to another win.
You know, it's about us, how we can get better as a team.
When we do it right, it's all within our wheelhouse.
Seahawks, Titans, Sunday, kickoff at 10 a.m., pregame at 7. Giddy up.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Eric Butler here, General Manager at Kia of Everett, your simple, easy, fun dealership. Winter roads are coming. Good thing Kia of Everett makes driving simple, easy, and fun. With advanced safety features and all-weather performance across our entire lineup, come take a test drive from our huge selection of the best all-wheel drive models and option packages, ready to take on whatever this season throws our way. With amazing pricing and financing, now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett.
The best drive you'll ever take is to Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Stacey Rost here from Seattle Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of. And then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, prescriptions. But imagine a simple solution that takes just one day and provides immediate, noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas: waistline, face, neck, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. For your free consultation and $250 off, visit ProSculpt.com for powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men. It's ProSculpt.com.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Picture this. You've owned rentals for years, but tenants, repairs, and taxes keep you stuck. John Curley here to tell you about Madrona Financial and CPA's free landlord retirement plan workshop. November 18th in Kirkland, November 19th in Tacoma, and November 20th back in Kirkland, all at 3 p.m. Learn strategies to sell without massive capital gains, avoid depreciation recapture, and transition to income without tenants. Seats are limited. Call 833-673-7373 now.
The insurance world, it can be confusing. So have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So, how many chickens do you think there are on the farm?
3,000?
What do you think chickens eat?
Grass.
What else?
Seed.
So, do you know what organic eggs are?
The ones that you put in brownies?
Yes, the ones you put in brownies.
We hope you choose fresh eggs from our family farm.
Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch.
This is an incredibly uncertain and volatile time.
Bank rate analyst Mark Hamrick saying it's uncertain if the Fed will cut rates at its next meeting. The September jobs report, delayed by the government shutdown, came out today, and it was better than expected. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Because the October jobs report will not be released, this will be the last monthly report before the Federal Reserve's next meeting in December. With the strength of job creation and the potential increase of prices towards the end of the year, most economists believe that the Fed could stay on the sidelines at that next meeting in December, leaving interest rates at 3.7 to 4%.
People are remembering former Vice President Dick Cheney.
My dad's devotion to America was deep and substantive.
His daughter and former Congresswoman Liz Cheney there. She spoke at his funeral service at the Washington National Cathedral today. Cheney died November 3rd at the age of 84. President Trump has signed the bill that gives the Justice Department 30 days to release all of its files on convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Files can be withheld if releasing them would jeopardize investigations. The CDC says there are now 31 cases of infant botulism in 15 states linked to ByHeart baby formula. That includes 2 cases in Washington state.
It can kill.
Seattle food safety attorney Bill Marler explains.
The botulism spore gets into their large intestine and essentially manufactures the most deadly toxin known to man, botulism.
There have been no deaths. ByHeart says it is recalling its products in close cooperation with the FDA. Consumer advocacy groups are warning parents to steer clear of AI toys this holiday season.
We're a mix of imagination and awesome technology to keep you entertained.
The robots and teddy bears are powered by the same AI and chatbots that have been blamed for harming kids and teenagers.
The most shocking was an AI teddy bear that talked to us about many sexually explicit topics.
Auden Friedman with the Oregon State Public Interest Research Group says another AI toy taught kids how to light matches. Some make kids addicted.
Is it okay if I leave you?
No, I'm here to be your cheerful companion.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 100 points, NASDAQ off 143. KIRO News Radio traffic. A power outage is causing gridlock on all routes heading into Seattle. The north and southbound 99 tunnel through Seattle is closed. Pressure is easing on I-5, which is only backed up to the 520 bridge right now, but getting out of West Seattle is brutal. You're still backed up to Southwest Alaska Street. Northbound I-5 is solid down to Boeing Field. There are reports of fender benders in the backup, so be very careful out there, and Sounder trains are also affected. Remember, in Pacific, only the right lane is open on northbound State Route 167 near the 3rd Avenue Bridge. That's where bridge repairs are underway. Earlier, there was a 3-mile backup. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the low 50s. It's 49 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us. Gee has stepped out of the studio for a minute. Our text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And we're talking about women's basketball. Specifically, the WNBA is now pushing the most transformational pay proposal in its history. So this is according to new reporting. The league's latest collective bargaining agreement would boost the maximum salary to more than $1.1 million. And more importantly, more than one player per team could actually earn that amount. Minimum salaries would jump above $220,000 with an average salary topping $460,000. About 180 players would see those numbers kick in during the first year of the deal with raises built in over time. This all comes after players opted out of their last CBA to demand bigger revenue sharing, better benefits, and a salary cap that finally reflects the league's growth. And the current agreement was supposed to expire in October, but both sides agreed to extend negotiations until the end of this month.
Yeah, I just love this. I love this one. Now we're finally entering into a day where potentially WNBA players don't have to go overseas to make money. For a long time, the Sue Birds of the world, the Diana Taurasi's, all of the best WNBA players still had to go overseas because they weren't making enough money here. It's beautiful what we have seen over the last couple years in the WNBA. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, this is a good game. And we're seeing the investment into that. And yes, we would like to see more because I think that there's still more to come. And especially here, the Storm has been, by the way, the Storm as far as financially, as far as doing better in the league, is probably one of the best franchises in the WNBA. But it's just been beautiful to see just the investment, more people talking about the WNBA, Ursula.
Now, after actually attending one of their games, I see what all the hype is about.
Okay.
I was, and this is a bias that I had. I was not expecting to be as excited as I was about the game.
Okay, fair.
And it was just as exciting as any men's basketball game that I've watched. Mm-hmm. But there was something different, and I think it was just the vibe of the fans.
Oh, yeah. It's intense. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. You know what I love? I'm glad you brought that up. You said the vibe of the fans. And if you go into Climate Pledge Arena, if you have been to a WNBA game, when I have gone to the game, it is a true representation of the Seattle area. Mm-hmm. There's diversity from all different walks of life.
Yes.
It is just right there. And it is
like love.
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt. Shout out to Climate Pledge Arena. Like,
that's a great place to play a game.
Anything like Climate Pledge Arena is the how can I say, is the best customer service arena in the country.
Creme de la creme.
Yes.
Even the food's good.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's talk about baseball, though, because I know for a lot of people, one of the frustrations about Mariners and watching Seattle Mariners was like, where do you watch and all that kind of stuff. And Major League Baseball is once again shaking up its media world, and it is going to affect how Mariners fans watch the games. The league just announced this new national streaming and TV deal with ESPN, NBC, and Netflix, okay, and it's worth nearly $800 million a year. There's some big dollars in all that. Mm-hmm. But the headline for all of us here at home is what happens now that Root Sports is going away for good. So for 2026, ESPN becomes the exclusive rights holder for MLB TV, but Mariners fans won't see major changes right away, even though the team has officially shifted its production and distribution rights to MLB and Root is shutting down. ESPN is not taking over local streaming this season. So that means Mariners games will still be available through MLB TV, through traditional cable providers, and through a local streaming package the Mariners plan to launch with MLB. Just even talking about this right now, I'm getting like my head's about to explode.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just turn on the TV, go to one of the, you're going to laugh, cable channels and watch?
Okay. I don't think it will help our listeners if everything you just said, and I match you with my frustration in hearing what you said. I'm frustrated. So I'm going to defer this over to Nick. Nick, Ursula and I are sick and tired of not being able to just flip on the TV and watch Mariner game. Why is it so damn hard?
Well, it makes my head spin too, and it's funny it's funny that they mentioned that there's not going to be much change if they're going to switch over to ESPN, because looking at ESPN's rates right now, their unlimited program is about $30 a month versus Select $13. In this climate, I highly doubt the price is going to go down. When it was $20 this year, it's probably going to go up to that $30 echelon. And quite frankly, I'm with you. Why can't we just get to the point where the baseball games are local and free, just like the NHL games, just like the NFL games? We're in the area. It's local. They black out the restrictions on the MLB app or whatever, unless you subscribe specifically to the team itself. And what are we paying for? The lack of the salary cap for the MLB players? I mean, why can't we just have equal rights for these teams, just like the other leagues?
Good question. And I think it boils down to money, right? I mean, that's essentially what we're talking about.
I think there's a certain standpoint of how much they want versus how much they need.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're pushing the envelope versus how much they want.
Okay, well, with the few minutes that we have left, though, Nick, can we talk about the moves that the Mariners have made now and what that means for the future of the team?
Yeah, recently, the big news was that they signed the first baseman, Josh Nail. That was the big one. But aside from, the big headline of what we got with the 5-year contract with him, they have been very proactive with, minor league pitchers and getting guys in development going. They probably are going to start in Tacoma, but we'll see in spring training if they really show out these relievers. Who knows? Our bullpen might be much more bolstered now, but I can't think of the names off the top of my head, but the ownership is really being active right now. And it's surprising how early they're making moves right now. It's only November.
Well, none of that matter if we can't watch the damn game.
Exactly. I'm with you, man.
You know what I mean? Like, no, for real, Ursula.
You can't listen to it.
It was, not $20 for the season.
Yes.
We talking about it was $20 a month. And to what Nick's saying is basically
probably going to go up to $30 with ESPN.
So $30 a month to watch Mariners, and that's on top of your other streaming packages. I'm going to tell the people back in our day, we just had one cable price to pay.
People laugh when I say, yeah, I still pay for cable. That's the my primary source of TV consumption. Just my cable.
Call me crazy, but when taxpayers put hundreds of millions of dollars into building those stadiums, shouldn't we have some kind of stake in being able to watch them?
I didn't even mention that. Last I checked, we're helping pay for the ballpark too.
Yes, exactly. So if we could rule the world, those games would be free.
It's just so frustrating. Just to be a sports fan today, it is just so unfair and expensive. And I'm going to tell you, 20 years from now, we're going to wonder why people aren't sports fans like we are today. Because there used to be a time when we just popped on the TV, even if you had an antenna, you could just get the game. Now you guys are making sports for the affluent? Scenarios next, Gee Ursula.
Your favorite Seahawks gear? Check. Face paint? Check. The Mike McDonald preview on KIRO Newsradio? Check.
We want to win the game.
Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald joins the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel, in the final interview before every Seahawks game. Friday mornings, the Mike McDonald preview, only on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the guys' spirit.
This is where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Permanently.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
All right, let's get the scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I've been on 3 dates with a new guy, and it's been going well. Well, at least I thought. Last night, we left the restaurant, and he forgot his leftovers, and he insisted that we drive 20 minutes back to go and get it. And then was angry with the staff that they had thrown it away. Because what happened was he asked for the manager, and when he was told everything was bust from that table or was thrown out, unless it was personal belongings, glasses, or keys, he finally said, you know what? I want you guys to remake my meal for free. That's when I went outside. 15 minutes later, he came out with a box of food, which the kitchen had made for him, and he had this smile on his face that actually made me cringe. We didn't speak on the way back to his apartment, and I just got into my car and I left. Everything about this guy had been normal up until that point. He was a gentleman, polite to the servers, and all of the signs were normal. Now, I just think I need to stay away from him. What are your thoughts on this? 888-973-5476. Ursula, this is an example of the ick. What do you got?
Okay, they've only been dating for 3 dates, and he did that.
And he did that.
I can tell you to keep going on dates and see if there are other little flags. That is a red flag to me.
For me, too.
That is, it's not about, being cheap or whatever. I get it. Have you ever left leftovers at a restaurant and like, oh? Or do you ever do leftovers?
Don't laugh at me, but
yeah.
I'm not leaving no food. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
I ain't leaving no
so
food.
I have left it, you get it all boxed up and you're already thinking of the next day's meal and blah, blah, blah. And then like, oh my God, I cannot believe I left it there.
Right.
And have I ever gone back? Yes. But if it were thrown away after 20 minutes, I would totally understand and not make a stink.
You wouldn't make them remake your meal?
Oh, heck no. That's like, no, because I ate most of it.
Right.
Right? So you're just trying to get a freebie, and that would be an ick. If that's the only one and everything else is great, maybe I would give him another chance, but listen to the ick. Listen to that thing in your gut that says, if he's doing it now with this.
It's Nikki said his red flags is definitely red flags. Anybody that's trying to get over and trying to get freebies.
A freebie.
Okay, Chef, what do you have to say about this, sir?
Having been on the receiving end of customers like this, the restaurant did the right thing, because the restaurant, even if it's the guy's fault, I think if you're working in hospitality, you should do everything that you can to exceed people's expectations, even if you know they're trying to get something out of you. Because it costs you less to give them a free box of food than it does to have an angry review online or have someone burn you. But
should she keep dating him?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. But let me ask you a question though. What if you're dining out with someone who says, "Hey, it's my birthday today," and they hope they get a free dessert? Because that's another form of extortion that people do at restaurants.
And it's not their birthday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that either. Ew.
I'm done with you.
Yeah, that's no.
You mean to tell me you wanted to lie to the staff to get a free dessert?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not rocking with you ever again.
Oh, my son's 7. The kids menu is only for kids who are under the age of 8. He's actually 9.
I'm not rocking with you.
No.
No. That's stealing.
It is.
That happens all the time.
Or it's lying.
Yeah.
It just shows a lack of character.
Could you wait, but Chef, would you rock with somebody that does that?
No.
Okay.
My parents never had to lie about me going into the movie theater and say, oh no, he's actually 11 because I was short. Right. They just assume. But a lot of people's parents, they show their kids that exact rule. Say you're 10.
Can I wait. Can I say whoa. Wait. Time out. I'm saying this today. I'm not saying I never did it.
Thank you for clarifying.
All right, come on now. We'll keep it a buck now. I'm not saying that I've never had a situation where I had to tell the child, or you had a 3-year-old baby and you're getting ready to get on the airplane.
And they're 2?
So I'm not trying to be perfect.
And you're trying to say that they're 2
I'm
years
just
old.
telling you that today I'm not rocking with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to move this topic because I know there's some people could be potentially listening. So, well, wait a minute. I knew that G back in the day. I knew him. Nick, what do you got?
Sometimes I think guys have it bad with the dating, but in this case, I give the top prize to the lady getting the short end of the stick here. Talk about a petty move on a date. If you leave it you got to forget it. It's your fault at that point. But to come back 20 minutes later and expect a free one, I'm getting out of this whole thing from the girl's perspective, like the old leftovers that were already thrown out. He may have won in the end with the restaurant, but he sure lost something else, the date and his reputation. So good luck out there on the next one.
Nice one, Nick. I think we're all in agreement.
Hey,
Listen to the ick.
Hey, I want to ask this just to give me some reading material during my next break.
Uh-huh.
What is the smallest ticky-tack thing that you stopped and you discontinued dating someone for? 888-973-5476. What is the one thing that you like, hey, it was small, but this was the reason I was like,
easy.
I'm out.
Disgusting cat litter box.
I know one hot topic with couples. One hot topic.
We're supposed to wait till the break. Talk about it on the other end.
One hot topic is temperature. Whether someone likes it too hot, too cold in the room.
Oh.
That's a big agreement or big disagreement for the most part.
Oh, that's one of the things that broke up
What's the thermostat going to be set at? Not in my past, but I know there can be a lot of differences.
No, we want to know in your past.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're someone that needs it at 72, you're a sociopath. Okay, I'm joking.
That's warm.
I'm joking.
Oh, man.
That's too warm. That's too hot.
I need it warm.
67
is too cold.
67 is
Thank
too
you.
cold.
Oh, they're coming
be
in.
68, 69
Curtin
right now.
to San Juan says cigarette breath.
Mm-hmm. Bad breath would be a deal breaker.
You ready for one? Bathroom was nasty.
Oh, no.
All right, send them in, y'all. You know your boy ain't got News Boss open, and you know I'm not doing research during the break. Give me something to read.
Okay.
What?
I do have News Boss open, and we have a big story that we need to share with you coming up at 11:06.
Okay.
It involves a state trooper who was involved in a deadly accident.
Okay.
And some new information that we got.
Okay, let me go. I'm about to go read these text lines because some good ones coming. More next. Gee Ursula.
Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership and has the state's largest selection. Get the 2025 Crosstrek at 1.9% financing for 72 months. And during the Share the Love event, Subaru donates $250 for every new Subaru purchase to one of 6 charities, including hometown favorite Paws. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized costs. See dealer for details. Valid through 11/30/25.
Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain. and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Safeway, Albertsons, or Town and Country markets. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump has lashed out at Democratic lawmakers who urged the military to refuse illegal orders. Linda Kenyon is at the White House.
The Democrats posted a video saying the Trump administration is pitting uniformed military and intelligence professionals against American citizens. President Trump called that seditious behavior, punishable by death. Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul described that as dangerous.
I think we should be careful about rhetoric.
The president has ordered troops into U.S. cities and airstrikes in international waters.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
We've already seen what happens when Donald Trump tells his followers that his political opponents are enemies of the state. Every time Donald Trump posts things like this, he makes political violence more likely.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney's funeral was held at the National Cathedral in Washington. Former Presidents George W. Bush and Joe Biden were there. The White House says President Trump was not invited. Cheney was an outspoken critic of Trump after the January 6th attack on the Capitol. His daughter, Liz Cheney, at the service.
For him, a choice between defense of the Constitution and defense of your political party was no choice at all.
CBS's Major Garrett.
Because of Donald Trump's election denialism in 2020, the riot at the Capitol, January 6, 2021, that was a searing event, not just for Liz Cheney, but for Dick Cheney. And he parted company with the Trump movement and Donald Trump from that moment forward. Much of that was left out of the eulogy, but it is an enormous part of the latter part of Dick Cheney's political life.
Cheney died earlier this month at the age of 84. There has been some dangerous weather across Texas. Meteorologist Grant Gilmore is tracking.
If you look at some of the rainfall totals already in South Texas, some places have picked up 4 to 5 inches of rain already just within the last 24 hours. Specifically today, it is that area there through South Texas into the Mississippi Valley that we really have to watch for heavy rainfall. Some places could see 4 to 8 inches of rain.
Employers across the country added 119,000 jobs in September, the first official job tally since the government shutdown ended. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
This is good news. We are seeing hiring tick back up. However, September is dated. Right? We're not getting that October jobs report. We know anecdotally we have seen a lot of major companies start to lay people off towards the end of the year. It's not sweeping, but I think the Fed is a little bit between a rock and a hard place because this is the only jobs report that they're going to get before they make a decision in December.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are lower. The Dow gave up 700-point gains. It is now 332 points lower. The Nasdaq off by 353. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Reports Mount Rainier is ready to erupt are greatly exaggerated. That story coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. Southbound Highway 99 through the Seattle Tunnel is now open. Northbound still closed due to a power outage, which continues to put pressure on virtually all routes into the city. The backup on the West Seattle Bridge extends down to Southwest Edmond Street now. I-5 northbound is slow to Boeing Field. You do also have a crash blocking a lane at South Alborough Street. Remember, in Pacific only, the right lane is open on northbound State Route 167 near the 3rd Avenue Bridge. That's where bridge repairs are underway. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A second suspect has been arrested in the deadly drive-by shooting of 2 teenaged brothers in Lacey last week in what investigators believe was a case of mistaken identity. The man was taken into custody just hours after the first suspect appeared in court. More from KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman.
The pain in Christina Borgen's voice echoed inside Thurston County Court.
My kids are very good boys. They did not deserve to be walking home and get blasted by some evil freaking person.
Her 2 sons, Alex and Devin, were shot and killed in a drive-by shooting last Friday, early Wednesday morning. Police were able to track down 20-year-old Traquan Wilson Mason at a hotel in Wenatchee. The man police say shot and killed the 2 teens.
The city of Seattle is trying to curb prostitution on Aurora Avenue North by mailing letters to Johns. Officer Natalie Walton Anderson explains to KIRO 7 TV.
The letter sent home to an employer or a family saying that you were soliciting sex would deter close to 80% of those people.
So far this year, detectives say they arrested 50 people for sexual exploitation. Governor Bob Ferguson has declared an emergency to ensure enough jet fuel gets to SeaTac Airport after a leak shut down the Olympic pipeline north of Everett this week. BP says it's working with state and federal agencies to contain, clean, and repair it. The emergency declaration lifts a limit on trucker hours so they can haul more fuel. A coyote has been trapped and killed in Seattle after a series of potentially dangerous close encounters with humans. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu reports.
3 incidents prompted the use of lethal force on that coyote.
They're not safe to interact with in any way, shape, or form.
A coyote was spotted running away with a woman's jacket at the Arboretum. Rachel Shulkin with Seattle Parks and Recreation says there was also a report of a coyote stealing food that was sitting right next to a human and even attacking a dog that was on a leash. There was concern this behavior would escalate.
Mount Rainier is not preparing to erupt, but a faulty sensor from a remote station on the volcano led to panic this week. An article in the Daily Mail called it unprecedented.
This whole thing is a big misunderstanding.
Harold Tobin at the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network tells KIRO 7 TV.
Stations go out all the time. That's why we operate hundreds of them.
Other sensors confirmed the volcano is not preparing to blow. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the low 50s. It's 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday, November 20th. So I asked you all to send some text messages to tell us about the one small thing that you decided to stop dating someone for. And Ursula.
Yeah.
Ursula.
You guys are delivering.
We gotta. So can we talk about this?
We will, and we're gonna put it into agree to disagree.
Okay.
We are actually gonna go through some of them and ask whether these would be deal breakers for us.
We even got a 23-year-old that texted in.
I love you.
Oh, wow. This is good.
Yes.
Hey, Kara, we're going to be reading yours as well.
Yes. So some of them are just priceless, so you'll definitely want to join us for that. Text us if you have something that you want to weigh in on, or if you want to share what it was that little thing that was bugging you enough that you had to break it off. 888-973-5476.
Did you have one, Ursula?
888-973 KIRO. Yes, I did. There's probably more than one thing, but this finally was like, okay, it's just not going to happen. Okay, but let's get to it.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Body camera footage from Richmond police now raising serious questions about what exactly happened inside a neighborhood bar in the hours before an off-duty State Patrol trooper caused a deadly crash.
Hey, we got a down motorcyclist. There's a body ejected, huge accident. There's about...
Now, we have talked about this particular case, but we're getting some new information, and we saw a video that you shared, Gee, and I was just stunned. Investigators say Trooper Sarah Clayson was driving drunk when she turned in front of Jose Sanchez's motorcycle. This was on March 1st. Her blood alcohol level, which was taken nearly 6 hours later, was 0.17, which is more than twice the legal limit. And now new body cam footage also shows her laughing and joking around with her State Patrol colleagues who showed up to the scene.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was you. You're right.
I didn't even realize that either at first.
No.
I thought you just stopped.
I know I was walking up.
Sorry.
It looks like
I would have been a little more like,
No.
are you okay?
No.
I just saw you and I was like, oh, she must have been driving
We were
home.
going to order pizza, and I was like, no, I'll just go get it and save a $6 charge.
Okay, and remember, she hit a motorcyclist who was still down on the ground when she had called in this situation. It sounded like, first of all, that's when you could hear, and we've played those cuts, and I don't have them right now, but you could hear that it sounded like she was impaired. And, again, this is going to be proven in court, but the blood alcohol level shows that there was impairment.
Yeah.
And it was almost like it didn't register that this person that you hit is dying or is dead.
Right.
And she, on this video, this new information that we're getting, expresses concern about an upcoming vacation.
I'm going to go to Mexico on Monday.
You can still go to Mexico.
What's that?
You can still go to Mexico.
I know, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I should have saved a $6 delivery fee and said, I'll go get it. It's fine.
And even after learning that the motorcyclist that she hit died, she asks if she can leave the scene.
Would it be okay if I went home and changed real quick? Please, got the blood.
Now, eventually, a Richland traffic investigator showed up and took over the investigation and took her into custody. And the story she told is that she was simply driving out to pick up a pizza, but now we're finding out that maybe that wasn't the case. She and her husband, according to surveillance footage, were inside a bar for 4 hours before she purchased the pizza. And when police showed up at Moon Palace looking for receipts or tabs, officers found locked doors, an uncooperative staff, and receipts missing from only the day of that crash. Because, you can put things together. And one server told police that, she had served Clayson. 40 pass tabs for Clayson and her husband were found from earlier months, but for March 1st, the night of the crash, nothing. There was no tab, no records, no receipts, and the bar's owner would not provide employee names or basic documentation.
I don't give people receipts at all. I feel like he is interfering with our investigation.
I feel like you're interfering
Sir, you need to
as
leave.
well.
Sir, you need to leave. I'm just going to sit right here. You're not going to sit right here. You are going to be obstructing our investigation, and you will be in handcuffs. Do you understand?
And again, surveillance video paints a very different picture from the missing paperwork. Clayson arrived at about 3:30 in the afternoon, stayed nearly 4 hours, picked up pizza on the way home, and then crashed minutes later. And now that restaurant is a defendant in the civil lawsuit filed by Sanchez's family, although the owner has not been charged with a crime. For her part, she pleaded not guilty to a charge of vehicular homicide. She's out of jail without bail, on paid leave from her job, pending trial, which is now set for February of next year.
Ursula.
That's a lot.
Okay.
I mean, and again, she was worried about an upcoming vacation. She was worried about blood on her pants from the victim. It's like,
all right.
There was just a lot of disturbing stuff that came out.
When you all get a chance, look up on YouTube. It's called Cop Laughs After Hitting Motorcyclist as He's Dying. Look that up and you get to see the entire video for yourself. I watched this entire video from beginning to end. Now, let's go back to when we talked about this in March of earlier this year. I remember talking about it like it was yesterday. And I remember as we were talking about it, we were talking about how everything went down. And we came to the conclusion that, wow, if it wasn't for what did you call that? The Richmond what now? If it wasn't for that investigator.
Richland traffic investigator.
Richland if it wasn't for the Richland traffic investigator. And again, when you go see it, you will see what I see. If not for the Richland traffic investigator, I promise you, she would have gotten off. She would have gotten off. This Richland traffic investigator was playing no games and was thoroughly doing their job. If you go back to when we first talked about it, we go off of what she said. She just had a couple glasses of wine. She was at home, and she was really quick going to get a pizza. It wasn't until this whole thing comes out, Ursula, that we find out, oh, no, she was at a bar from 3:30 to 7 o'clock. She was at a bar for 4 hours. And then in this whole thing, it's one thing to hear the sound, Ursula. It's another thing to see it. She's laughing the entire time. She says, hey, I'm getting ready to go to Mexico. And they're like, oh, well, you should be able to still go. You'll go to Mexico.
Like, meanwhile, someone is dying or dead.
And then she says, hey, real quick, can I go home? Full stop. Speaking of leaving the crime scene, do you guys remember when Dickerson down in Tacoma left?
Major Chad Dickerson.
The Major Chad Dickerson. Remember when he was allowed to leave and his wife was able to pick him up? What I'm trying to show you guys and tell you is that if not for technology, this whole protective badge and shield would continue. But again, stop. Shout out to the Richland traffic investigator, because this person is the hero in this. This person is like, I take my job serious.
Yes.
I'm going to do the right thing no matter what the environment is.
And I distinctly remember we played video the last time where the Richland investigator was telling the State Patrol, like, yeah, I think she's impaired. And remember, they were questioning him.
Questioning him?
Yeah, like, are you sure about that? Like, yeah.
And wait a minute, y'all.
To get the pressure. And again, she is someone who was the State Patrol for that region's spokesperson. So she was the face of State Patrol over in that region. And so when they realized, oh my God, this is one of our own. I'm thankful that the troopers, it was a busy night apparently for accidents. And so the other troopers left and they said, we're going to turn it over to Richland Police, which was the right thing to do.
That's not exactly what happened. They're having a bit of a negotiation. There's two fatalities going on.
Yeah.
The state troopers say, because his name is Detective Steve Hyde. I'll name check him here. He did a great job. He said, look, fellas, why don't you go over to the other fatality scene?
Yes.
I think there's something going on with her. And they're like, what do you mean? There's no crime that happened. And he's like, well, I think I got to check her out because she refused the field sobriety test.
Yes.
And then they say, well, are you sure you don't want us to just stick around? We can assist. We don't have to do the whole investigation, but we'll stick around and assist with the investigation. He's like, no, fellas, I got it.
Yes. Thank God.
6 hours later, she got the blood test. 6 hours later, and still blew a .17. Still.
Yeah.
I mean, Ursula.
But it's disgusting, first of all. And then, but what's with the restaurant then? Obviously, trying to cover its, basically, it's like, oh, where's all the paperwork for that one particular
wait for it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that are, and I don't know this, but there's a lot of people, sometimes you might be friends, right? Because let's be real, if they are coming to frequent your bar and there are over 40 tabs of this place, you want to...
Except for that day.
But for that day. And you don't want to be, I guess you don't want any show that you're over-serving or anything like that. So, hey, let's go ahead and cause some little obstruction. I just got to say, Ursula, I'm glad you're bringing this up because, again, if you guys get a chance to go see this video, you got to see it for yourself so you can see it play out in front of your eyes and you see the inner workings and how, from beginning to end, you can feel it. They were going to cover this up the same way they were going to cover it up in Tacoma with Major Chad Dickerson. They were going to cover that up too. But again, it's always that one cop.
Thank God for technology, and thank God for that Richland officer who, Catherine in the 360 said, that Richland guy needs to get some kind of
commendation.
Or
should.
And sadly, it's like for doing the right thing, and I agree. I actually agree, but what are we talking about here? That he should get a special commendation because he did what should be done in every case.
Yes, he should, because anyone who has the courage to stick up when they see something wrong in their workplace
And again,
deserves commendation. Gee, the thing that was notable is, like, I wouldn't say it was a conspiracy, right? Like, they weren't actively trying to get her off. It was just, hey, it's Sarah. She's our coworker. You know, we're just, okay, hey, you had a good day. Nothing to look at here. Yeah. It's just
you can still go to
utter banality.
But Ursula, but to point out something you just said, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
Your whole point is no, you agree that he should get some award, but your whole point is like, hold up.
To do what we should expect.
To do what we expect.
Yes.
But for so many years, most of us, including me, always thought, right, that the right thing was being done all the time. And I'm telling you, cops laughs after hitting motorcyclists as he's dying. Look that up on YouTube. See it all for yourself, the way it plays out. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Okay, let's talk about something that I believe is going to be positive for everybody.
Okay.
And we're talking about some bipartisan energy that is building in Congress right now. It's like, what? But this is regarding a ban on lawmakers trading individual stocks. Now,
these are magic beans.
Right. But the House Administration Committee held a hearing on the issue and pointed out all these big gaps in the 2012 Stock Act. The law was supposed to stop members of Congress from profiting off non-public information, and instead, it mostly requires them to report their trades, which would often happen late, with almost no consequences. And basically, one witness said, the system is not preventing a darn thing.
The system?
So, yeah.
The system. Ursula,
yeah,
as your
I know.
co-host, do we talk about the system?
Yes.
Okay.
But check this out. Okay, I'm going to let you listen to this because it's going to be taking the rest of our time. Representative Tim Burchett of Tennessee, who is one of the GOP's most conservative members, stood alongside Representative Pramila Jayapal of Seattle and went scorched earth on members of Congress who make these trades.
Yeah, everybody talks about this place being a dadgum swamp. It's not a swamp. A swamp is something cool God created. It filters water. Animal life lives and flourishes around it. This is a sewer. This is created by man, and it needs to stop. We've, for years, Congress has been using hardworking American taxpayers' money to get rich. Dadgum, it's got to stop. America knows what the heck's going on. Everybody wants to knock Pelosi. Heck, she's not even in the top 10. Get on that Unusual Whales site. This is pathetic, folks. We all know what's going on. Congress knows what the hell's going on, and it needs to stop. This body has been enriching itself on the taxpayers' dime for too dadgum long, and it's got to stop. This place is crooked and is as crooked as a dog's leg. That's an old East Tennessee saying, but it's the truth, and it needs to stop. America knows what's going on. We're in committee meetings. We hear things before y'all do. We can make those connections. When you see a member of this body making 400, 500, 600 trades a year, you know something's wrong. Everybody ought to do like I do. I got my buddy Tommy Siler invested in my mutual fund. I ended up having to cash it out because my daughter's going to school. I'm not a wealthy man. But look, this thing is broken, and it needs to be fixed. And this is the right avenue to do it.
It is about time. Hello.
What's going on these days?
Wait. You know what? I just figured something out. It's one thing for G to tell y'all that the system is messed up. But when you hear from Tim Burchett and the way he says it, it is crooked like a dog's leg. It comes off a little different, and it makes people listen.
No, it does. And like what is happening? It's like finally there are some people. It's like it doesn't matter what letter you have next to your name. Do the right thing. Okay, I think this other soundbite is what I also wanted to share.
What?
And I want to say something. I'm going to get these guys mad at me, but I really don't care because they can't vote in my district. This thing ain't going to pass. If we're going to pass something in the House, and then guess what? The Senate will either, one, not take it up, or they'll come back in righteous indignation and say, oh, we need to make this stronger, something totally ridiculous, and they'll send it back to us. This is a scam that's being played on the American public.
fucking Tim Burchett.
Oh my gosh!
Straight fire.
Yeah. I hope something happens.
Can I ask y'all this?
Eternal.
Every time Ursula is the top news stories or the top stories in the news, every day you wake up is something new. NCAA gambling. You hear about pro basketball gambling and gambling here and gambling here, but you don't never hear about any of this stuff right here because the system is designed to protect these career politicians that have been making money hand over fist and they untouchable.
Yeah.
Making 400-500 moves.
You're like, how did they get so rich working in Congress all these years?
By the way, the stricter version of this bill would include the president, his family, the vice president, their family, and the Supreme Court. But that is far too extreme to expect to pass.
Okay, I'll take a big first step.
Hey, Tim,
that would be good.
Hey, Tim said, and don't you worry, this ain't gonna pass. I'm letting you know. Okay, Ursula, I'm looking forward to Agree to Disagree because Agree to Disagree is featuring you all. If you want to jump in this, let us know. What is one small thing that caused you to stop dating somebody? We do that next. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. After hitting a flat note in L.A.,
Sam looking, dumps a pass, it's intercepted. That's number 4.
the Seahawks head down yonder to Nashville, looking to get that twang back.
As a team, I think we're in good shape. One loss doesn't define us.
Rocking and rolling their way to another win.
You know, it's about us, how we can get better as a team.
When we do it right, it's all within our wheelhouse.
Seahawks, Titans, Sunday, kickoff at 10 a.m., pregame at 7. Giddy up.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
Hey, football fans, Steve Rabel here. You know what makes Washington State truly special? It's the people, the everyday champions who serve, care, and connect. This fall, your local credit union, WSECU, is proud to celebrate 4 of these inspiring individuals as part of Washington's Community Champions. Serving Washington since 1957, WSECU is the only credit union named a Forbes Best Credit Union 5 years in a row. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your hero today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
This year, make comfort the first gift during the Black Friday sale at Home Comfort Alliance. Through December 1st, call to get savings up to 75% off furnaces, air conditioners, backup generators, EV chargers, water heaters, and more. If your system's over 12 years old, upgrade now before it breaks and save. And remember to schedule your consultation before December 1st and save up to 75% and take 18 months to pay off 0% financing OAC. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
Too many breakup songs getting you down? Put a little bossa nova in the playlist. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway near SeaTac. Get a good-to-go pass to save $2 every time you use it and on other toll roads in Washington.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
Cars for Kids, your trusted charity for car donations, also accepts donations of boats, RVs, motorcycles, and real estate. Call today, 877-CARS4KIDS.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. The family of one of the 4 University of Idaho students killed by Brian Kohberger plans to sue Washington State University, where he was a PhD student. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas has more.
The family alleges WSU was long aware of a list of troubling behavioral complaints filed against Brian Kohberger from his classmates and teaching staff, and claims WSU failed to take appropriate action. The suit also seeks answers on what led to Kohberger being fired from his teaching assistant position just 1 month after the murders. No mention of how much money will be sought. Kohberger is serving 4 life sentences with no chance of parole.
President Trump has signed a bill giving Attorney General Pam Bondi 30 days to release the files on convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. But CBS's Ed O'Keefe says there is a loophole.
The new law also allows Bondi to withhold information that could jeopardize ongoing investigations. And just last week, the DOJ launched one at Trump's request into some high-profile Democrats tied to the financier. Former federal prosecutor Tom Dupree warns that means key details could be at least temporarily withheld.
In fact, arguably, they could be some of the most important documents in the file.
A federal judge is hearing arguments today on Kilmar Abrego Garcia's potential deportation. He's the El Salvadoran native and Maryland man who was mistakenly deported and brought back to the U.S. Then the Trump administration accused him of human trafficking, which he denies. 2 Washington State babies have now been sickened in a nationwide botulism case linked to By Heart formula. 31 total have become ill. Food safety attorney Bill Marler represents about a dozen of those families.
All of them have been hospitalized. Most have gotten out or will be getting out soon. Most were in pediatric intensive care units.
No deaths reported. By Heart says it has voluntarily recalled its product and is working with the FDA. Senior living company Bonaventure has agreed to pay $7 million after residents complained about inadequate housing, infection control, help with medication, and other problems. The Washington State Attorney General's office says 800 residents will also receive a $250 credit. AG Nick Brown says families expected safe, clean care and simply didn't get it. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 210 points, NASDAQ off 359. KIRO News Radio traffic, here's Nate Connors.
It's busy out there, Heather, coming into Seattle from the south end after a 4-hour closure due to a power outage. The State Route 99 tunnel, downtown tunnel, reopened about a half hour ago, but we have enormous backup still from the south end in West Seattle. North 5 is packed from mid-Boeing Field to I-90. South Center to Seattle's at 35 minutes. The West Seattle Bridge backed up eastbound from the top of the hill in West Seattle all the way over to I-5. There are no backups heading southbound into Seattle on State Route 99. South 5, though, is filling in from Northgate to 520. Linwood to Seattle's at 20 minutes. Now, because of this North 5 backup along Boeing Field, drivers have been heading northbound 405, and that is jam-packed from the West Valley Highway up past Sunset Boulevard. South Center to Bellevue's at a half hour. And then down in Pacific, we've got this long-term backup situation in northbound 167. Solid 2-mile backup between Sumner and our new bridge work going on over 3rd Avenue. Plan on 20 minutes to get through this backup. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the low 50s. It's 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. It is time for us to do a very special edition of Agree to Disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves, just really go at it.
All right, so we asked all of you on the text line, 888-973-5476, to share what was the smallest thing that you broke up with someone for, and you guys are hilarious, by the way. So we're going to go back and forth. We're going to read some of these reasons and see if they would have been deal breakers for us. Let's start with the 206. Gee, this woman had her cat stuffed after it died. She would pet it like it was still alive.
I'm out. I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
I'm not particularly fond of cats, and I'd be out too.
But it's a dead cat, Ursula. You don't have to worry about it.
And I love cats, but go
I
ahead.
know, you do love cats, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right. Ursula, how about this? This one's for you. He picked up the clicker and changed the channel from a Mariners game without a word. In that moment, something in my brain switched off, and I ended it.
I'm 100% on his side. 100% on her side.
In isolation, that would not be a deal breaker for me.
Same.
If it was a pattern of just being selfish all the time, I could understand why that was going to be like, that's it, final straw, you're out.
What is it about dudes that makes us think that we own the remote control? Because it's always the dad in the house. He's got his chair. He's got his remote, but the audacity to do it in someone else's. Kara, the cleaning lady, writes in, I saw my boyfriend put the same underwear on he had the day before when we were at his house. Maybe he didn't at his house. Okay, so he clearly had other pairs.
Okay. Again.
Nasty.
That's nasty. In isolation, it might not be a deal breaker, but if he has other nasty habits and then it's like, oh, yuck.
Okay.
It's such a turn off.
Keep going, Chef.
All right. So this is, I don't know. Heather, you're going to have to let me know about this one because it could be taken two ways. She also says, I had a guy I'd been out with a few times, and when he showed up at my apartment to pick me up, he had a plunger, and he said, I noticed that you didn't have a plunger and you might need one day. There was no fourth date. Now, is that weird or thoughtful?
I think that's kind of thoughtful.
That was thoughtful.
That was thoughtful. Kara,
Are you
tripping.
kidding me?
You're tripping, Kara. That was thoughtful.
That is a quality human being
Yes,
there.
exactly.
Oh.
Man, if someone
Send
offered
me his number.
A plunger?
Okay, if anyone came to me and said, hey, I'm going to bring some tools over because if anything breaks down in your house, I want to be there, including a plunger, man, you're in.
Maybe she just doesn't keep the plunger next to the toilet like a heathen.
I'm going to bring over tools and a video camera. Okay, next.
Oh. Okay. Let's see, G, this one's for you. I stopped seeing a girl because she wore ugly shoes. They were neon tennis shoes, and she wore them all the time. She was also a stage 4 clinger, but the shoes were the deal breaker because they made my eyes hurt, and they told me she had terrible taste.
You tripping, dog. You tripping?
Is that
gonna
person's
lead
name
them?
Brandon in Puyallup?
No, it's Dennis.
You gonna lead them for some terrible shoes? You tripping? Then meanwhile, somebody else is gonna get a chance, and they just gonna put her in some good shoes. You tripping?
All right, how about I'm going to keep them anonymous in Puyallup, but they're one of our frequent texters.
Okay.
I stopped sleeping with my boss because of all the dang dogs on the bed.
That's actually a good outcome. You stop sleeping with the boss.
Agree.
But as someone who used to have Scooter in the bed for the longest time until we got a new bed that was too tall for Scooter to get up, that's not a deal breaker for me.
Okay. Let's see.
How about you? I mean, did you?
No, I'm with you. I'm glad you stopped sleeping with the boss.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Gee, how about this?
Yeah.
Greg in Vegas writes, she said, let's splurge on expensive sushi when I was paying for everything.
I mean, hey, Greg. Hey, listen, Greg.
You know what you're getting into.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look, you got to pay what you weigh, baby. You know what I mean?
That's indicative of someone who is either selfish or happy to use
Take advantage.
Yeah, take advantage. And that would be at least a red flag for me.
Okay. All right. Oh, how about this is universal. I think anyone can relate to this. Crystal in Tacoma says he was a terrible kisser.
Nah, that's relatable.
I'm out.
You're out? Okay. We also have a lot of bad breath.
Yeah, I was going to say, along with bad breath. That is, and especially if it's the kind of breath that can pickle something. It's just so...
Read Trinity.
You know what I'm saying?
Read Trinity in Bellevue when you get a chance.
There are some people who have such bad breath that you're thinking, like, if there is any kind of exposure, it could be enough to
Were you
pickle
ask
something.
to yourself, you say, self, is there something dead in the back of that mouth?
Yes.
Oh, what's
Yes.
died? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How about just a simple cleanliness one? Trinity in Bellevue says dishes in the sink.
I'm out. Out.
No way.
If you got dishes in the sink, now I'm not talking about, hold on. It's one thing to have like a little saucer, you know what I'm saying, and a fork where there was a meal and you're real quick, but it's another thing to have dishes and you can see it's stuck on there.
Yeah.
And where you can tell it's been there for 2-3 days. I'm out.
Yeah. That's the kind of man who ain't cleaning up after himself. He expects a mom.
Yeah, that's true. But if it's just because didn't you share at one point in time, G, that every once in a while you would put a dish or two was that you? In the sink and that Lily would take care of that?
Oh, she still does that.
Okay, sweeping statement.
How quickly you said you're out. Okay.
Dishes should never soak for more than 5 minutes. You're not soaking it, you're leaving it for someone else.
Yeah.
I think that's a universal. Heather, did you have a condiment rule?
Yeah, Miracle Whip. I don't know what it is. It tastes like it's spoiled. No,
A man who uses Miracle Whip.
That's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker. Yes.
You know what? That's
I had a hot
I
take
could do
about
that.
Miracle
I'm
Whip.
telling y'all right now, if you was
Miracle
dating,
Whip's no good.
Heather, if you was dating some brothers back in the day, there was a lot of us on that Miracle Whip.
Well, maybe if he kept it to himself and allowed me to have my mayo, then we could strike a deal, I guess. We could strike a deal.
360 says, I was in a long-distance relationship in middle school, and he kept losing his phone for days at a time, so I dumped him. And then Chef says, wait, how old are you? This person's 23 years old. They're driving DoorDash right now. And
Hey, we love you. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. So deal breakers.
Oh, here's one. Michael in Seattle says, constantly criticizing, others about a behavior that you exhibit. Yeah, that would be a deal breaker too.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate deal breaker is folks rude to servers.
Ooh, that is a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker. Somebody that's just rude. It's bad. So that was some good stuff, though.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone who participated. Thank you,
Heather, do you want me to tell you what Matthew said?
What did Matthew say?
I mean, do you really want to know what Matthew said?
Go right ahead, buddy.
No, I'm not touching it. All right, coming up next, text messages, feedback, and then we'll have Ursula's words to live by. Gee Ursula.
It's official. Seattle will have a new mayor.
I just spoke with Mayor-elect Katie Wilson to congratulate her on a hard-fought victory.
Stay with KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com for the latest.
I believe in good government, and I believe that there's a lot of work that needs to be done inside City Hall.
From the trusted Northwest News voices you depend on.
Seattle has spoken, asking about real change.
KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM. This is a test of your emergency alert system.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Picture this. You've owned rentals for years, but tenants, repairs, and taxes keep you stuck. John Curley here to tell you about Madrona Financial and CPA's free landlord retirement plan workshop. November 18th in Kirkland, November 19th in Tacoma, and November 20th back in Kirkland, all at 3 p.m. Learn strategies to sell without massive capital gains, avoid depreciation recapture, and transition to income without tenants. Seats are limited. Call 833-673-7373 now.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Husky Nation, rivalry for a reason is on, and every dollar you donate counts as a vote against food insecurity. 100% helps families in need thanks to Northwest Harvest and Safeway. Let's outgive the Ducks. Go to dogsvsducks.org now.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
It's Gee and Ursula, everybody. Appreciate y'all listening to the show. Now, Ursula, it's time to talk about moments of joy. We have the privilege and honor of doing that. Ursula, want to start us off?
Yes. And so just a reminder that some of our listeners nominated people that they thought deserved a basket of joy. And listener Mary Lou nominated Angela and says, in the past year, Angela has shouldered the responsibility of caring for an elderly, previously unhoused family member and also doing what she can to support her adult son who is dealing with the after effects of a traumatic brain injury. And even with all of that, she just keeps giving more of herself to others, always focused on others first, helping out at her church or volunteering each week at the VA hospital. If you look up selfless in the dictionary, you should find a picture of Ange there. If anyone needs a moment of joy and appreciation, it is Angela. Most likely she would share the gift with others and spread even more joy. So we're happy to give one to her.
Kevin in Granite Falls nominated his wife, and he writes, "My wife has had a very tough year for sure. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been in treatment 2 times and detoxed 3 times. The entire time she has taken care of our adopted 4-year-old son, 3 cats, and 2 dogs. She believes in me, and I want to come home and be the husband and father I should be. She needs this and definitely deserves this basket of joy. Sincerely, Kevin, the trucker from Granite Falls." Man, I'm gonna tell you that part that got me is when he says she believes in me. Oh, that right there,
Man, I got goosebumps.
man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he is a regular on our text line. And we appreciate you, Kevin, and we are so happy that we can do this for your very deserving wife. Now, Sarah nominated her 14-year-old daughter. She describes her as the sweetest, kindest, most caring soul, but says this last year has been really tough on her. She is a freshman in high school. She has had to do online schooling to protect her mental health. She was dealing with a lot of bullying and body shaming, and that caused her to become depressed and self-conscious. And things were finally starting to look up, but then she started losing a lot of her hair, and now she's been diagnosed with a form of alopecia. And Sarah says, as you can imagine, being a 14-year-old is already hard, but add losing your hair and having bald patches. And Sarah says, as her mom, she would do anything to take her daughter's pain away, but she can't. And she would love to brighten her daughter's day just a little bit with one of our joy baskets. And Sarah, I've been trying to reach out to you just to let you know that we have you taken care of on that front and have made one especially for your daughter.
Nancy in Shoreline nominated her friend Rose. "I work for a small arts nonprofit in Shoreline. Coming out of COVID, we've struggled to bring events and classes back up to the level that we used to have. Rose reached out to us and offered to bring more art to her business. We now have sip and paint classes scheduled there, and they're making takeout dinners for summer Shakespeare performance in the summer for us, and are bringing artwork to sell at their craft fair on November 29th from 3 to 7 p.m. Things have been so rough lately. Rose reached out to us and other small business owners and community members to find ways that she can uplift them and get their name out there. This has made a difference for us and other community partners that Rose has connected. She runs her business and is on the Chamber of Commerce as the secretary and continues to work to help her community."
Again, just so moved by the stories that you share and all the goodness that is out there, and we are happy to provide this basket. we just have a little bit of time, and I know that you had posted on Facebook this morning, and you and I were just talking about how there are a lot of people who are struggling right now.
For sure. And, Ursula, there's not a magic thing that we can maybe do and or say, but the one thing that maybe could be said, we see you, right? And please text into the show, talk to us, right? Or talk to someone professionally, whatever the case might be. But we do recognize, like you said, Ursula, that people are hurt.
Yeah, we are your friend or family on the radio.
No doubt. All right, Ursula, it's time for your words to live by. What you got?
Okay, this is a quote from Melody Beatty, and just in time for Thanksgiving, just thinking of gratitude. Gratitude makes sense for our past, it brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Just as tough as everything is, I also want to say I am grateful.
For sure. Agree, 100%. Ursula, I got to ask a question after Nick. Nick, what do you got?
Well, I know once we had some years where tempers were more tamed between the old red elephant and blue donkey unnamed, and although these days it seems the anger writes a different song, it'd be real rejuvenating if we could all just get along. But I know there's one hot topic that I'm sure I can decree. Can we pay Seattle Storm players more and get M's games for free? I think a popular vote would turn that into a mandate for us over here.
I like it. How you just wrap that all up.
So
I love that song.
So Ursula, Chef, I don't know. Ernie makes a very good point.
Okay.
Ernie's text in, he says, that was awesome. Our agree to disagree that involved listeners.
Yes.
I don't know that we've ever done that before.
No, we need to do it more often.
We need to do it more often. Ernie says he actually laughed out loud, and he says our listeners are dangerous out there.
Yeah, they are.
And so I think that we have the folks that listen to the show, we could do more agree to disagree topics that involves them.
I think it's a challenge going into 2026.
You know what I'm saying, Chef?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of topics we could discuss.
You know,
like your most embarrassing day at work.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Worst boss.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was the gray flag that you had to put up with the whole relationship that drove you nuts?
Things that bother you about your spouse right now, but you stay with them.
I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick that day.
Oh boy.
Nick, can you throw a agree or disagree in there?
Oh, I mean, I was thinking just like neighbors that you don't like who go a little too extra with the holiday decorations. How much is too much?
Christmas gifts that you're buying this year, but you really don't want to buy. You know what I mean? Like we can do this all day. Yeah, I like that.
The one thing at Thanksgiving that you don't want to eat but have to eat out of politeness.
I just don't eat out of politeness.
The one family member that insists that Thanksgiving should be at their house and you know you don't want it to be there.
Every single year.
All right, we got to go. Thanks, Ursula. Thanks, Chef. Thank you, Nick.
You too, man.
Jake and Spike show comes in next. Stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
I know you're waiting for the CIA.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Hey there, Dawn Riling with Olympic Hot Tub. When the weather outside is frightful, a hot tub or sauna is so delightful. Heat up the season and gift yourself year-round wellness from Olympic. A soak in a saltwater hot spring spa is pure bliss, the perfect escape at the end of the day. Or warm body and soul in a Tilo sauna, your ideal retreat. Heck, you deserve both. Our Heat Up the Season savings end November 23rd. Learn more at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at Progressive.com.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle.